Today, we're going to be talking all about the newest fragrance releases that are coming out soon or that have just launched. So if you want to hear more, then please keep on watching. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's the first time you are visiting. Thank you so much for joining me today. As I already mentioned in the intro, today is going to be a video all about the newest fragrance releases. Now, a lot of these haven't launched yet, so we're just going to be having a little bit of a chit chat about the notes and any details that I know, and some of them have just launched. I absolutely love filming these videos because I get really excited about new fragrance launches, and I start to read through the notes and process them in my head and think about whether I'm going to purchase or pass on these launches. So without further ado, let's get started on the video. So how I'm going to be formatting this video is I've got lots of screenshots on my phone. I've been screenshotting new releases as and when I hear about them, and I'll be talking you through what they are, what the notes are, and I will pop a picture of the bottle on the screen too, so you have a little bit of a reference point to what I'm talking about. But I do not own any of these yet. They're very much new releases. Some of them I'm pretty excited about. Some of them, I'm not so sure. So let's get started on the first fragrance. Let's see what I have on my phone. Okay, I'm gonna start with maybe one of the more anticipated ones. So let me just click on that. So Maison France's Kurkdjian is coming out with a new fragrance, and I've been hearing a little bit of a teaser on this for the last couple of months, but I didn't really know much about it or what the notes were. Well, finally, I do know more information, and it is within their cologne collection. So from that point of view, I was tad bit disappointed just because I don't resonate with that collection as much as some of their other fragrances. However, with that being said, the notes do sound really good. It sounds like a freshie, and for those of you who really enjoy your freshies, and specifically from the Cologne Forte collection from Maison France's Kurkdjian, then you might be interested in this one. I must say I really enjoy the bottle color. However, I'm not going to buy a fragrance for the bottle, but it does look really appealing. And I saw a few people went on a sneak peek of this launch, and one person said that they found this fragrance to be very calming, and it was almost the kind of fragrance that would put them in a meditation state. So that intrigued me, I must say. Anyway, so let me tell you what the fragrance is called, and then I will read you through the notes. So the new fragrance is called Aqua Media, and the notes include bergamot, verbena, fennel, headwine, woody musks, patchouli, and green moss. Now, when I read those notes, this isn't one that I would think even 5% that I'm going to enjoy. However, I will totally be sampling this one. I will give it the benefit of the doubt because the feedback I've heard from it has been pretty positive, to be fair, and I don't want to write it off just because of the notes. However, that type of fragrance composition wouldn't normally appeal to me. So the verbena, the fennel, the patchouli, and the green moss. However, the woody musks, bergamot, headwine, I think this could be really interesting, and it could be a little bit unique within that Cologne Forte collection. Anyway, I am excited for this launch. I definitely will not be blind buying it, I have to say that, but I will sample it, and when I do, I will give you my first impressions. But let me know what you think about this new launch from MFK. Will you be purchasing it? What do you think about the notes? I would love to hear your feedback down in the comments. So the next fragrance is from Dior, and it's from their private collection. And this one has been highly anticipated because it is by Francis Kurkdjian, and it is the first fragrance that he has worked on since taking over the creative direction. And this one is called Dior Riviera. So you might remember they released a Riviera collection. There was no fragrance called Dior Riviera, it was just the fragrance collection name. So I found it quite interesting that they've used that collection name and turned it into a fragrance. Now, there's not too much released about this fragrance at the moment. Now, this is another fresh fragrance for the Dior private collection. I'll be interested to see if Francis Kurkdjian does something a little bit deeper, a little bit more, I don't want to say beast mode, but something that has just a little bit more depth and is a little bit more complex. Dior is known for their kind of fresh floral fragrances, and this one sounds like it is going to be in that similar realm. So the notes listed are rose de mai, fig, and fresh notes, and that is it. However, I am excited to try this one. I won't blind buy it, but I am very excited to try this one. I am more interested in Dior Riviera than Aqua Media. So that's a positive note. I think the juice color looks promising. I like a note of fig. Fig and rose together could be a nice combination, but I'm hoping it's going to have a unique DNA to it at the very least. It says Dior Riviera is a fragrance that celebrates life as positive as the sun. Although it is a fragrance that evokes the atmosphere of summer itself, it is a bright, refreshing, and joyful fragrance that you will want to wear all year. So that does sound really promising. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this new release. Are you a little bit disappointed by the note breakdown, or is this something that really interests you? So it's not going to be a straight up purchase for me. It's going to be a sample, but that being said, it sounds good to me. Next up, we have two new fragrances from Memo Paris. And I feel like Memo are releasing quite a lot of fragrances at the moment that are flying a little bit more under the radar. I don't know if you've noticed that too, but they're not necessarily pushing the new releases too much, which I quite like in a way, but equally, I sometimes don't know when something's a new launch and when it isn't. You'd have to really know every fragrance within a brand to understand if it's a new fragrance or not. But anyway, let me stop talking about that. So one of the fragrances is called Honey Dragon, and this one sounds pretty good to me. Again, I'm not going to blind buy this. I'm not going to blind buy either of the Memo Paris fragrances, but I will read you the notes. So Honey Dragon has notes of black pepper, bergamot, bourbon vanilla, cinnamon bark, frankincense, mandarin, myrrh, and thyme. This one sounds absolutely incredible. I have very high expectations for this. I feel like it sounds more like an autumn winter fragrance. I don't know how you feel about it. But that being said, I absolutely want to get my nose on this one. I will try get a decant as soon as I can. It sounds very, very good. And the next fragrance from Memo, let me just find it here. This one maybe sounds a little bit more spring summer. It's called Lyra Peach, and it has notes of bergamot, orange bitter, cinnamon, cardamom, pink pepper, ginger, jasmine, tuberose, peach, divana, sandalwood, akigala wood, vetiver, and more. There's a lot of notes going on here. But what I will say is this one also sounds really nice. Now, I am a big fan of Memo Paris. I like their compositions. The notes in here sound extremely promising, but also very complex. We will see. I'm definitely going to get a decant of this one. From the two, I would say I'm probably more excited for Honey Dragon, but it could go either way on the decant. So yeah, are you interested in either of these releases? Please let me know again down in the comments. What else have we got? Okay. We have a new fragrance from Frederic Malle, and it is called Heaven Can Wait. That's such a beautiful name to me. Now, the official notes haven't been released as of this time when I'm filming the video, but the rumored notes are iris, magnolia, and musk. Sounds really nice. Would 100% sample this one. Again, it's not going to be a blind purchase. I definitely try not to blind purchase at all anymore. It would be very rare, but I definitely want to sample it because I love iris, I love magnolia, and I love musk, and this could be a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I just want to let you know that I am getting my information for this fragrance from nosefragrances.com. I will link the website below. He has a great Instagram page too. I would highly recommend you following it, but that is where I'm getting some of the information on some of these other fragrances too. I do get my information from a mixture of places, but I am absolutely loving this website at the moment because it is updated very regularly. So anyway, Frederic Malle, Heaven Can Wait sounds incredible. Do let me know what you think about it. Do you know anything more about this fragrance, including the notes? But this one sounds like it could be very promising for me, and it could be one that I pick up in the future. Next up, we have a fragrance launched from Montale, and it is called Infinity. And I haven't bought a Montale fragrance for quite some time, but this one does sound really good. It has notes of black cherry, cardamom, pink pepper, plum and saffron, Indian rose, leather oud, sandalwood, tuberose and vetiver. And I think that one sounds really nice. I love some Montale fragrances. Yes, I feel like they are quite synthetic, but some of them are very appealing and get lots of compliments, and I just enjoy wearing them. I am a lover of Intense Cafe. I always will be. I think it's an incredible fragrance. I will sample this one. I'm not going to say that I'm hyped up for it or super exciting, but the notes do sound good. And we also have a fragrance from the sister house, Mancera, and it is called Cosmic Pepper. Now, when I read the name, I was like, oh no, pass. But the notes actually sound promising. It has pink pepper, lemon, tangerine, wild sage, black pepper, damask rose, oud, tonka bean, ambergris, oak moss, and white musk. And when I read the name Cosmic Pepper, I just thought it was going to be very much a black pepper fragrance. I don't know why, that's just the feel I got from the name, but it does sound nice. I will say that. I will sample it. I'm not super excited. I'm just going to ask you to let me know what you think about all of these fragrances, because I'm honestly really curious. I kind of want to start a conversation. This is more of a chit chat video. Next up, we have Acro Bake. Now this one I am extremely excited for. It sounds delicious, and I absolutely will get a bottle of this one for my collection. I just have to say that. I have had great success with Acro as a brand, and they do their gourmand fragrances really well in my opinion. Anyway, Acro Bake has notes of Caribbean rum, Italian lemon zest, cream, praline, bourbon, vanilla and brown sugar. I mean, come on, that one sounds so good. It sounds delicious. I need it in my collection. I want to compare it to other fragrances that are that lemon gourmand kind of vibe, but to me it just sounds really good. Some people got to sample it at Essence in Milan, and I heard some good feedback. Really intrigued by this one. I will let you know when I actually get a sample of it, and I will review it in the future, I'm pretty sure. Next fragrance. Okay, so we've got a new Goldfield and Banks release, and it is Ingenious Ginger. And as soon as I saw this one, I was like, okay, this sounds like something I am going to absolutely love, because I enjoy ginger fragrances so much. And they released this one at Essence in Milan. I didn't actually go to the launch of this one, but let me read you the notes. It has amber, ginger flower, bergamot, cashmere, magnolia and jasmine. We have lemon, mandarin, musk, patchouli, rose, sandalwood and vanilla. Sorry, I read those notes so quickly. And I have heard some mixed opinions on this one, but to me, I definitely want to sample it. Like I said, I really love ginger in fragrances, and I am always on the hunt for the next best ginger. There are a couple of ginger fragrances that I'm really enjoying at the moment. One of them is Juice Gingerlies. That's an incredible zesty ginger. If you have any ginger fragrance recommendations, please do let me know down in the comments. But I am intrigued by Ingenious Ginger. I will sample it. I like Goldfield and Banks. So yeah, that was that launch. We have a new fragrance launching from Louis Vuitton, and it is called Pacific Chill. Now, I don't actually own any Louis Vuitton fragrances. I've sampled a few of them and do enjoy them. I just Don't quite know why I don't have a bottle yet. It's just never, I don't know. It's never really appealed to me to buy their fragrances for one reason or another. But that being said, they do have incredible fragrances within their collection. Do you think I need to pick up some Louis Vuitton scents? Please do let me know. But Pacific Chill, the notes are blackcurrant, carrot seeds, and aromatic herbs. This sounds like it's going to be a little bit earthy, a little bit aromatic, but then I'm intrigued by the blackcurrant against the carrot seeds and the aromatic herbs. The bottle is really nice. I think Louis Vuitton bottles in general are very appealing. But yeah, what do you think about Pacific Chill? Is this a purchase or pass for you? It's a pass for me just because it doesn't sound like a safe blind buy at all. I wouldn't recommend anyone blind buy anyway. But yeah, I'm just not that interested, to be quite honest with you. We then have a new launch from Penhaligon's, and this one is Solaris, and this one is actually out, and I nearly blind purchased it. It was in my bag. I was so close to hitting the checkout button, but something pulled me back. I was like, Hayley, you're not supposed to blind buy fragrances. Do not do this to yourself without sampling it. But the bottle looks so cute. The notes sounded great. I'm glad I didn't blind purchase it, but I really do want to sample it. Again, I've heard some mixed opinions on it, but until I sample it, I won't give you my thoughts because I can't. I've not smelt it. But let me read you the notes. It has blackcurrant, neroli, and lemon. Ylang ylang, jasmine and tiare flower, cedarwood, sandalwood and vanilla. I think it sounds really nice. It sounds like a great spring summer floral. I like Penhaligon's fragrances. I wouldn't say I love them because I don't own any yet, but I do think they make some really nice fragrances. This one just sounds like a bit of an easy reach, so hopefully I can sample it soon. I am in London twice next week, so maybe I can sample it then. But it sounds like a good release. I like the bottle, as I've said, so it might be a purchase in the future. We have a new launch from Tamin, and it is Bohemian Infusion. And I saw they recently did a launch event for this fragrance, and I absolutely love these frosted bottles. They are so gorgeous. Now, they did recently release Fanfare, which was in a similar frosted bottle. It was more of a fresh cologne. But Bohemian Infusion sounds just a little bit more complex and sounds quite intriguing to me. I won't blind buy this one at all. So it has notes of petitgrain, cardamom, grapefruit and blackcurrant, artisma, myrtle, ginger, cinnamon, labdanum, amber, patchouli and ambroxan. It sounds really gorgeous, to be quite honest with you. I haven't really seen reviews properly yet. There was some first impressions from the launch event, but to be fair, nothing was really clear about how this smelt. I'd imagine it to smell quite aromatic and green. I love that it has cardamom and ginger in there. The cinnamon sounds great, the amber. This could be really interesting. This could be a fragrance that I really enjoy, but we will have to see. If anyone's sampled this already, please do let me know down in the comments. If you could let me know how you perceive it, what it kind of smells like, that would be great, because I'm really intrigued to start seeing some reviews of this fragrance. I'm going to do one more fragrance, and this one is actually released. I do have more on my list, but this video will be too long if I keep talking about it, and there's constantly new fragrance releases, so how can we keep up? I'm just talking to you about the ones that maybe stood out to me the most right now. So we have a new fragrance launch from Simone Andreoli, and it is Vice Bomb. Now this one is actually already out, and I actually sampled this one when I was at Essence, and I'm not normally a huge cherry fan, but this one actually caught me by surprise. As soon as I sampled it, I was like, wow, this is a really beautiful cherry gourmand fragrance. It was a little bit more creamy and a little bit more my vibe than some of the other more recent cherry fragrances that have launched. So let me read you the notes. It's called Vice Bomb. I can't remember if I said that already. And we have cherry, salted caramel, red fruits, rose, sugar, vanilla cream, ylang ylang, tonka bean, amber, and precious woods. And this was a bit of a wow moment for me when I did smell it. I really, really did enjoy it. And like I said, that took me by surprise because cherry isn't a note that I normally enjoy. But this is a new release, so I thought I'm going to include it here. And like I said, it was very creamy, and that obviously is in the notes. So there's vanilla cream. I think the salted caramel gives it a little bit of a creaminess. You've got the tonka bean, the cherry, and the red fruits. I think it's a very nice fragrance. I do want to pick up a bottle of it. It is pretty hard to get in the UK, but hopefully I can get it soon in the future. Have you smelt Vice Bomb? If so, what do you think about it? Let me put my phone down now. So that was all of the fragrances that I wanted to discuss today. Of course, there is always lots of new releases. There's so many more that I could have included in this video. However, I've tried to keep it a little bit more concise to the fragrances that have piqued my interest the most. But what I will say is it is really easy to get caught up in the hype of all of these new releases and blind buy them without really seeing reviews or reading about them, sampling them first. I've been guilty of this myself in the past, but realistically, it's always best to sample first. The excitement will die down, and then you can sit back and really think about if you need something in your collection. And I get really excited by all of the new launches, and I just love watching videos, to be fair, or reading reviews of them. But please do let me know what new releases have intrigued you the most. Which ones are you excited about? Have you purchased any yet? Or are you very excited to sample them? Let me know, because there might be some that I haven't heard of yet or haven't seen. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I love filming the new releases video, so I will keep doing so. I hope to see you in a future video to come. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, and goodbye.